What's up, Shaden? How are you?
How's it going, guys? We're out here with the latest project from Space Campers. This is a company that I invested in a couple of years ago, and we've been working really hard to get our first product to market here, which is the cap for the Cybertruck. This is a really cool product. I've been super excited about this thing for a long time. And we have a full hard-sided rooftop tent on here. We got light bar. We have an on-demand hot water heater here. We're building a front kitchen for this thing. It is just tricked out to the nines. We're super excited.
So you don't have a kitchen in there right now?
We don't. No, we're working on it.
You're working on it.
So we're gonna have a 3D printed kitchen for the front. So I'll come up here and open it up for you guys. But basically, let's see. Yeah, so basically what we're gonna be doing up here is building a full 3D printed front kitchen with an induction stove, slide out sink that collapses down, as well as a slide out cutting board here. All of your pots and pans will have storage in here, and the nice magnetic storage up here on the inside of the hood. So we're super pumped about that. It's basically gonna give you full hot water coming from the back of the truck. That'll all be run through the body of the truck. So 120 volt power as well as on-demand hot water. So you'll basically be able to cook whatever you want, have a full sink up here. You have 75 gallons of water on board on this thing.
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
And this is all through Space Campers?
Yeah. A couple of these things are kind of like, it's a bit of a hybrid. You know, some of these things are things that I've been working on, like the water heater, the kitchen, Space Campers has been working on the cap. This is my truck. We're kind of considering doing it all together, and we've just been kind of helping each other out. So, but ultimately the goal is just to build like the most badass Cybertruck on the market. So, it works out good.
I was going to ask you how much the cap weighs, you know?
I don't know exactly. I think it's like 200 pounds, something like that.
Okay, that's light.
If I had to guess, yeah. I gotta look back in, but two guys can lift it up on here. So it's really cool. Basically, you got the tailgate here. You got this back part that closes. This can come in either aluminum or glass. We have it in glass here. So you can see out of the back of the Cybertruck, but you basically open this guy up, and then you've got full-on composite panels that built up this cap. On the inside, you have all this aluminum moly panel. It's really sweet. You have full ventilation through here to keep all the air nice and fresh if someone's sleeping inside, or if you have like muddy gear inside of here.
Wow.
But this thing is really sweet. Like, it really extends the usable space of your Cybertruck substantially. Like, if you see up here, right down here, you basically have like 6.5 feet of bed space up to the tailgate. But with the cap on it, you can basically put like a full 10 foot longboard up here in the upper area. So it's pretty
You can put a longboard? Oh, because it goes up there, up on top of the roof?
Yeah, it slides up, and you got all these bungees hanging down from the ceiling right here. So you can just slide your surfboards up in the top area, and you pretty much got everything you need. We also have like these crossbars that go in, so you can put these, there's one that's stored up here as well, you can put these through here to kind of secure things, or you can just use them as a platform if you wanted to put like a bed in here or something like that, and you can have a secondary bed inside of here, full air conditioning and heating as well. We have a little
in here?
A little EcoFlow in here, so you can just stick an EcoFlow in the back and connect it up to your vents and your ducts, and you're good to go.
So this is ventilated through here? Is that what those are?
This is ventilated out of these little slots right here, so it just comes down and out right through here.
No way.
Sleek, yeah. So you get all that ventilation, so you can sleep in here with everything closed up.
Obviously it's an EV, so got a question for you.
Yeah.
This is personally yours, so
Yeah.
how has the efficiency changed?
It's probably 10% drop with the tent. The cap itself is very aerodynamic, but we have a really bulky tent on there right now.
Yeah, you do.
That thing's sweet, but yeah, so this is actually a little projector screen right here. It just comes down. So if you had like kids or something and they're in the back of the Cybertruck, they wanted to watch a movie, then they could just like chill on the bed in here. Could have a big bed with blankets, have a little projector set up there, and watch a movie in here. And
do you have anything in the works? I know that people ask this all the time. Some sort of deployable solar that you could charge your Cybertruck with?
We don't. Honestly, it's like the battery on here is so big. It's 123 kilowatt hours. So like, the amount of solar hours that you would need to charge this truck in any substantial way would just be a joke compared to just how much battery you have when you show up at your campsite. So, you have a massive battery. You can run air conditioning. You can run, what we got down here is your on-demand hot water heater.
Oh,
geez. So this thing's really cool. You can plug this in right here. You got a full 50 amp outlet here. You plug that in, turns on your on-demand hot water heater as well as your water pump. And then you can basically just mount this guy. This is your shower head. This mounts right up on
Oh, wow,
here.
you did all this.
And so you can basically just take like a piping hot shower right here underneath, and you got your full, set up everything you need really. So let's see if that works.
There you go. Hello.
There you go. Yeah, so obviously the pump needs to be on. I don't think the pump's on right now, but you have to have the outlets on in the truck. But the cool part is this is on-demand electric hot water. So basically you have an endless supply of hot water. as much water as you can carry. So this is 15 gallons here.
Okay.
But then we have a 60-gallon tote. It's up in the cab right now, but basically it's a 60-gallon tote, connects on with this extension hose around the side, and basically you can just have like this endless supply of hot water coming, you know, pretty much as long as you want. I mean, 75 gallons is a ton of water.
I was gonna say, you said that was 60, right? So 60?
60.
Yeah, wow.
So you got, I mean, 15 plus 60, or you could add whatever size tote you want. You know, the Cybertruck's truck bed has a 2,500 pound payload capacity, so like, it's pretty sweet, you know, for surfers and just for people that want to be able to like shower off their kids at the beach or things like that. And then up here up on top, you know, you can basically put whatever you want. We put a rooftop tent. So basically we put this hard-sided rooftop tent up here. You can climb up this ladder right here on the side.
Are you selling this too or no?
Yeah, we're selling the tent and we're also selling the entire, you know, cap here. So we're selling essentially built out trucks. So ideally people bring us their truck, we stick a light bar on it, a cap, a tent, water heater, kitchen.
Cybertrucks only?
For this company, yeah, Cybertrucks only. Climb up this ladder here, climb all the way inside up here.
You going in? Can I come up?
Yeah. And it's massive in here.
Wow.
Nice room up here. You got tons of tons of room for 2 people to sleep. It's really nice because you got these little windows, and you know, it just feels very secure, and you know, it's hard-sided. It's really nice. So
in the hot or cold days, are you going to do any ducting up here?
Yeah. So basically, if you want to run your air conditioner up here, we're gonna have like a little insert for this side. So basically, you'll be able to run it right up into here and just have your ducting in, and then you can have your air conditioner running off the truck or heater. So like we have like a little EcoFlow heater and air conditioner that we use.
And the beauty of having an EV is we can do all that. We can use the EV power.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
Exactly. You got this nice window over here too. This opens up, so you can just kind of open this guy up like that.
These hard tents are ridiculous.
It's so sick. It's so much better. This thing's amazing. I'm really stoked on it. So.
Have you gone camping in this yet?
No.
You just got it.
I just got it. I just picked it up. I've been in Bali for 5 months. You know, we're basically going to be tricking out people's trucks. So if people have Cybertrucks and they want to come have them built out with us, we can essentially build anything you want on your Cybertruck. We can do your cap, we can do the water heater, we can do the camper, we can do the kitchen, light bar, any of that stuff.
And you're working on another product line on top of this one?
Yeah, so the main product from Space Campers is actually called the Wedge. And the Wedge is a full opening camper where I can show you outside here.
Yeah, let's go. If that one's called the Wedge, which one is the one that's on, what's this one called on yours?
So this is the cap.
The cap, excuse me.
So we have the cap and the Wedge, right?
Okay.
So essentially the difference, you can actually see it up here a little bit easier. So this one is a cap. It's just like a fixed shell for the truck, and it basically has a rooftop tent up on top. The Wedge was our first product that was really like the flagship product, and we got so much interest in it, but it's a lot more difficult to make, so we're kind of putting it on pause for now. But basically, the cap is essentially the first product here. It has a seam. The Wedge would essentially just have a seam here. And then that entire roof would open up, and there's a full tent inside, and you have a kitchen inside and everything. So instead of this layout sort of how we have these features, you kind of have them all consolidated into one Wedge. You can cook inside, and it's just kind of a different experience. For now, we're kind of going with the cap, tent, kitchen, water heater setup, and it's just a really sweet setup. I mean, it basically turns your truck into like the ultimate camping machine, and with the amount of battery that you have for air conditioning, hot water, for cooking, like, it's just a very premium experience. Your truck self-drives you. It can drive through rivers. Like literally, it pressurizes the battery and seals everything so you can drive through rivers. It's got the highest ground clearance of any truck in the US. Like, it's an amazing vehicle. So like, you can basically get wherever you want. And like, the only issue would be if you were gonna go do like super extended camping. Like, if you're out there for like 2 weeks and you need like, a bunch of gas tanks or something like that. That's a bit of a different story. Arguably 90% of people that are gonna be camping in their truck, like, this thing will meet their needs. The only issue is probably the price on the truck, because it's a $100,000 truck. But
well, I got a question for you. You actually, Shaden, you've camped with the other tent.
Which one?
The soft tent? Didn't you camp with like?
I've camped at the original Tesla tent. Yeah.
Yeah, the original Tesla tent. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have that at home as well. It's like the original Tesla product, self-inflating tent basically. It's kind of a joke in my opinion. I love Tesla, but like the tent they came out with is just not.
Yeah, not to poo-poo all over them, but.
Yeah. It's just weird. It's expensive relative to like what you're getting here and like the quality of it all. So, I think we've really outdone Tesla on this.
Is the cap on market now?
Yeah, I mean, you can order a cap. Depending on how things go with orders, then yeah, we'll start producing these. And this is something that we're really excited about. I mean,
what's your price point on the cap?
Caps, I believe, are right around $7,000. You can add a bunch of features to them. So
like the tent?
Well, and all the interior features. So like the water heater.
The water heater,
like
yeah.
That. Like, depending on how many MOLLE panels, projector screen, like there's all kinds of little add-ons that you can do. But yeah, the goal is to have this, you know, these built-out trucks going for 25 to 30 grand for the entire build-out. Tent, cap, kitchen, you know, water heater.
Are you gonna put the wedge on it when it's available? When it becomes available, I should say, yeah.
You know, the goal really for us is just to bring enough money in through these cap sales to where we can actually develop the wedge. The wedge is significantly more difficult to build and expensive to build. So the assembly line that we need to set up and everything that we need to do for that is just a lot more difficult. And unfortunately, we can't do it right now. So we're gonna go with this, which ironically, like, this kind of meets so many of the needs of it anyway. You know, I'd love to hear what everybody thinks. You know, if you guys think the wedge is better, or if you think the cap is better, plus the tent, like, you know, my perception is that this actually meets a lot of the needs of, you know, the market for people that want to modify their truck. And it's almost more modular this way, right? You can just be like, oh, I want a kitchen, I want a water heater, I want a tent, I want a cap. Like, you know, you can change things out. And
you actually do listen to the comments, so please comment below. And
you know, ultimately, if you guys are interested in staying in touch, you can check out Space Campers on Instagram, spacecampers.com. My name's Shaden. You can follow me on Instagram, SHAIDEN. Follow my YouTube channel. I'm going to be putting out some really cool content on this truck and our latest mothership van, which is just like the flagship van that I've been working on for the past 2 years. So between the truck and the van, we pretty much have like two of the most advanced off-road vehicles, like futuristic off-road vehicles that I think exist on the market. I'm super excited to take these things out, shoot a ton of cool content, kind of show off what we built. We've been working really hard on these, and you know, this is a big boy passion project at the core of it, right? Like, this is not the best financial decision for us to be just like freaking out these vans always, but like, you know, basically everybody here at Mothership and Space Campers is just born out of a passion with, you know, modifying vehicles and trying to make them everything that they can be. And, you know, it's a really fun project, so we're super excited to share everything with you guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Shaden.
Cool. Thanks,
Later.
guys.